All right, I got something to show you guys. Check it out. What do you think this is? Oh yeah, that's not brass, that's bronze, and it is heavy. And there was only one warehouse in the area, way far away, that had one of these in stock. It's just under 5-inch inner diameter, and it's just over 6 3/4 outer diameter. So that is gonna go on that sleeve, that pin right there. We're gonna cut 2 pieces out of this, open the inside up, turn the outside down a little bit, and it's gonna be beautiful. And I conveniently put this right in front of the mess behind here because I wanted you guys to pay attention to that and not this, because we just gotta keep you on your toes. Here's the original. You can see the size difference, and let's look at the inside. See, a little bit of lip there. He's gotta turn off just a little bit, open this up. But this is also a little bigger because it's war, so it won't be much. This was about $1,000. Is what that chunk of bronze cost. Right around 1,000, so it was like 1,300 shipped or something like that. But for something you do once every like 4 decades, that's not bad. Well, as I was cleaning up the inside of that and the pin to get ready for those new bushings that Welker Farms is making, I spotted a crack up here and on the underside, right under there. It looks like the weld just wasn't thick enough. Nice thick bead here, but right along the top here, it was just a lot thinner. So I don't see any on this side. There's almost like a crack right there, but I cleaned it up right before we put the bushing in. I'm gonna weld that. That'll get this nice and hot. That bushing should slide in easier then. So we'll hold off, but yeah, I'm glad I spotted that crack because that underside, it's gonna be a lot harder to weld underneath when this is together. So we'll get that cleaned up now.
There we go, that'll work. I just didn't trust with that big old heavy piece, trying to use this to cut it off and let it just fall down. I better use the hacksaw, so I did that. It worked out pretty good. You know what I made my brother? Oh, just wait, just wait. Okay, put out charm.
What's that? Who?
I made him a bracelet. Isn't it purty?
That's so sweet of you. Wow, it's really sharp. It's gonna hurt me. I like it. Thank you. I just don't know. Okay.
Merry Christmas. It's the only thing you're gonna get this year, besides a lump of coal that I'm gonna give him.
Broke it.
Oh, no, you didn't break it, did you? You can't have, that's why you can't have nice things. Just can't. This lip here I gotta cut off.
Okay. Still tight, isn't it?
It's really close.
Try honing it.
Sure. Take it off a little more.
Yeah, so close. Okay. Still not there yet?
I'll try on it.
I guess. Let's try it again. Okay, one of these is going to be the right one. Let's try it. Okay.
It's really close. I keep saying that. It's so close.
Little you guys know, that's actually been the last like 3 hours this afternoon. Is take a little bit off, go over there, doesn't go on. Take a little bit off, go over there, doesn't go on. Take a little bit off, go over there, doesn't go on. It's just been this all afternoon. Work, work.
Let's try it.
Oh my word, that is ridiculous. This is the one. Ooh.
It's close.
I know. Look at that. Wait, what? What's going on? Okay, yeah. As far as it goes. We'll tighten the center still. So we'll keep that one on the back end then. So this one will go right here. And then the first one we cut, which is a little looser, will go in the front. because it can go over that center hump. That's as tight as you're gonna get it. It's been about 2 weeks. We're finally back in the shop from the holidays. And while we were on holiday break, some things changed in the shop. Some additions. Turned out there was a shop near where we were staying in the mountains, and they were closing the business and had a few items that they were letting go for a pretty good price. So we said we better jump on it. So we went down and got a nice Wilton bandsaw here. This thing's pretty heavy duty. She's a big one. A lot bigger than one. We had a little one, dinky one over there, and it just did not do a very good job. This one's gonna be a beast. So we're gonna block this up. We're just tentatively putting it here right now. This is gonna be awesome because it's gonna replace a lot of that cutting. So we'll be able to do a lot of nice cuts with this bandsaw. It's a beaut. And then we're really excited about this guy. This is was it Scotchman? That's what I'm trying to say. Scotchman.
Hi.
Scotchman leg arms, and it's a 4014 dash. What was it? CM. And so this is an iron worker, and it can do all sorts of stuff like shear up to 14 inches here. You can.
What are you talking about, Nick? Here, let's just demonstrate.
What are you gonna do? Oh, that's just pretty.
Okay.
All right, watch the fingers.
Ready?
Watch the fingers. Yeah, go ahead. There we go. So you can shear, you can cut angle iron right in here. So punch, angle iron, this part's for pipe. You can also turn this into a brake if you wanted. A lot of options, a lot of adjusting. We're gonna be playing this thing a bunch. Oh, he's gonna, there we go. He's got a piece of angle iron, do it. And it's gone. There it is. All right. That's sweet. So this is a 40 ton. It's a smaller one compared to the big ones, but for the cuts that we do and a lot of stuff, it's gonna be perfect. So we'll have some nice clean holes punched. I wish we would have had this thing years ago. So we're really excited about that machine. I got a whole die set coming to go all the way from quarter up to 1 inch. So that's there. Then over here, this drill press was there as well, and it wasn't hardly used. It's not a real fancy name brand machine, but it's a lot heavier than the drill presses we had over here. So yeah, this thing is gonna be awesome. So we picked that up, cleaned it up, put that there. Got a nice, was it horizontal sander? So you put the sanding plates on it. So that'll work great for cleaning up edges of some large flat iron instead of trying to make it work in the angle grinder. That is about it. So we moved the press over there. We're just gonna change a couple things, clean up, but we're getting back at the bud, so let's get to work. So after 2 weeks of thinking about what we were doing here, we started thinking about it more during those 2 weeks as kids were opening presents and whatnot. And we talked to Big Equipment in Havre, where they're building the Series 5 Big Bud, and they originally the Big Bud company that built these things. They redid one of these last year, Series 2, and they just sleeved this. So they got a whole sleeve, a 5-inch pipe, sleeved the whole unit, cut little holes around, welded it to the shaft, and then took the original bushings and just machined them out a little wider, and then that went over the machined sleeve. And that way you get a fresh start in this, because this, even with these pieces that we machine, we get them as tight as we can where they barely fit over the threads, and by the time you get to these spots, there's just a little bit of slop here in here. And so to get it as tight as we possibly can, we decided the best bet is to just do what they did too. It makes no sense. Add a new sleeve over the top of that. Then we can reuse the old bushings, even though we spent a bunch of money and we've got new bushings. We'll use those, put them on the shelf. Someday down the road they can go on another tractor. So it's not like they were waste, they're spares. So we picked up a tube over here that's exactly at 5 inches. It's squeezed, oh, where is it at? Where did he put it? Oh, there it is. I knew he put it somewhere.
It's right here.
So that was originally being made for custom hydraulic cylinders. And our hydraulic shop that we go to said, hey, yeah, we got something that's machined to 5 inches inner diameter. So this is what we're gonna use. So we're gonna put this bandsaw to the test. First cut in the shop with it. This is only 110 volt, that's 220. So we've got, it came with a nice long fat 220 cable running all the way over with a 60 amp to our hookup already over there. So that worked out perfect. But this one, we gotta figure out a better wiring solution right now. It's just across the floor, but we'll hang some from the ceiling or put something on the side. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Drill a hole in the floor, dig under the shop, Are you done yet?
Nope, not yet. Close. Okay.
Don't mess us up.
Let's let this thing down a little bit.
Whoa, careful. Now, is this squared up 90? I'm assuming they had it.
Well, that's what I'm wondering right now.
It looks like it's set right.
I was gonna start cutting on it just to see.
I could get a square and put that in there and just see if they...
Watch this line here.
Do we have a square that's not totally beat up? That one's perfect. How to square this? Let's see. I'm gonna put this on the... That looks like it's off a little bit.
It does look like
if that square is not... Yeah, you need to turn a little bit, that lever right there. Let's grab the other square. You guys are yelling at me. I can hear you through the comments. Okay.
We'll move quite a bit. Here, let's do this, Nick.
No, let's not do that.
Oh, no, we need that. That's right.
No, we need that.
We need that. That's right.
No, let's not do that.
Okay, we should probably put this down.
That looks pretty true to me.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, that's better.
That's much
better. All right, let it rip.
Ready?
Now, is it just going to let the weight of it?
So you can adjust how much weight you want on it by this dial.
Okay.
It's just a hydraulic cylinder with hydraulic fluid. So I can go faster if I want, or I can just leave it as it is.
That's going pretty good. Oh, look at that.
That's not over. We didn't get that tight enough.
No, that was my bad. Okay, we're learning. Let's go
All
back
right.
up. Yeah, I should have had it tighter. I kind of just lightly. There it is, right there. It's back. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, he's actually getting it tight. There we go.
Oh, we're just starting to pop through. Once it cuts through, it'll go up now. There we go.
Oh, come on, let's just use the chop saw, Scott.
No!
Look at that cut. All right, it's not that side. It's actually this side. Still, though, that's pretty clean. It might not be quite as fast, the chop saw, but no one's face is going to get stabbed, so we're improving. It's like a self-closing toilet seat. Look at that. Fun begin. So he's opening up the inside of that old bushing to fit over, so the inner diameter of that will fit over the outer diameter of this. This is where we're going to weld onto the pin to keep this from rotating, and then we cut these grooves for new grease taps we're going to put in. We're going to drill through and put a tap on the outside of the back half of the bud. There'll be a grease zerk there. And then you'll be able to put grease down, and it'll go through the bushing, and it'll hopefully go here and spread out across between the bushing and the outside of that. Does that make sense? We didn't have that before. We think our other series 2 does, because it has 3 grease zerks on here. This one only has 1, or only has 1 now, so we're going to put 3 on like that one. So that should help lengthen its life, hopefully. Once we get the tractor put back together again, when I say put back together, I mean both halves mated back up. Then we can get it wheeled around, because right now it's not very mobile. It's kind of on stands. So once it's together, it can roll again. And when it can roll, we can get it out and put that thing back on top of it. Because we need the cab on top of it so we can measure out how much of an extension we need to make on the hood. And also, got to finish building the front cab mounts that it rests on. I did the back ones earlier, got to do the front ones. So we got to get the cab on and figure that out. The other thing is, we picked up a bunch of iron. A lot of iron. Like a couple thousand pounds of iron. Or maybe 2,000 pounds, somewhere in that area. That's all hiding in the back of this Duramax. These are the new fuel tanks. for the front, or I shouldn't say fuel tanks, what am I talking about? Hydraulic tanks for the front, so they're gonna extend out the front because we had to bring the whole engine out like, was it 8 inches or something like that? So the front's gotta come out too. New battery boxes, so that's the corners for that. We're gonna cut that in half, put one on one end, one on the other end. This piece right here, nice fat 1 inch, kind of a triangular shaped piece that we're gonna put on the back that's gonna hold the drawbar. And then this is the monster, look at that. That's a 2-inch slab, 2 feet by 4 feet roughly. And that's going on the back of the tractor too. Let's go take a look at it. So back of the tractor, that 2-inch slab is gonna sit right on top of this right here. We're gonna build some brackets around, not brackets, put some bracing around. It's gonna weld tight to all that around. And that'll add a good 1,000+ pounds just to the back here. Then that 1-inch piece, that's kind of a, was a trapezoid sort of, is gonna come down, round up, and that's where the drawbar is gonna hang from. So the combined weight between those two pieces plus this gearbox is gonna add a good 1,500 pounds to the back of this tractor at least, which is what we want weight. The problem we're running into, and we started really scratching our heads, is the original design we did with the drawbar was just to rest. It was just gonna cradle in a slot here. Well, we didn't really think about this until after we ordered the iron. In fact, actually I called seeing if they could cancel the one piece because we realized this might be an issue, but this tractor, you know, it's gotta not only articulate, this back axle has to oscillate back and forth like this, okay? Well, your drawbar is anchored to the front half, okay? But it's pivoting back here. So if my arm's the drawbar, and this thing has got to, or going over a rock or over a ditch or in a ditch or whatever, this whole axle is gonna twist, okay? It's gonna go like this, and then like that, the drawbar. Got it, what I'm saying here? Because it's hanging right here. It's anchored in the front, and then this back is gonna twist kind of like a smile back and forth like this. So that drawbar has to somehow twist left and right, and back here, it's gotta slide in and out a little bit and roll. Well, that changes the plans of trying to just let it sit on a slot because it's gonna be tight, we can't do that. We were gonna make the drawbar tight back there, you can't do that. It's gotta have a lot of slop. Newer tractors, and Series 3 tractors and whatnot, actually Series 3 still anchors from the middle, but most newer tractors, the structure is designed in the hinge system that the drawbar is anchored to the back half of the tractor, that's fine. We can't do that with this one because it's anchored right here. And I don't know, we're still figuring out how they did it, but somehow they must have planned on this drawbar doing a little bit of rotating back and forth. On the Series 3, there is a spherical bushing here, just like that they have inside there. And that one we replaced, and so that allowed the rotation left and right, up and down for the back. So we're contemplating doing the same thing and cutting this out, building a unit here to hold a spherical bushing, or we'll just keep it exactly the same way it was and just try to redo the back so it hangs and can pivot like that instead of being solid. The thing was, our plan initially was to drop the drawbar down like 6, 7, 8 inches, somewhere down here. So we were gonna build another bracket, come on down of 1-inch iron, and then have one long pin that goes through all the 3 holes, and then the drawbar with a spacer here, okay? Well, if we did that, the drawbar still gotta be able to do this because it's gotta pivot with the back. So that's kind of the conundrum we're working on. We're not engineers, we're common sense farmers, for the most part. And so we'll come up with something. We'll probably try to copy what they had originally as close as we can. But that's just kind of a little bit of a, we're not sure what to do area. While Leg Arms is machining those brass bushings, I'm gonna cut all this off. Because this was put on by the previous owner and we don't need it. It's in the way, it needs to come off. So I got a plasma all around there and there and there and there, and take a maul and, well, it's about time!
I know.
He was here before me, and then he left the show. Take all this off, let's get going. I highly doubt I got enough cut the first try. It's probably gonna be a lot of trying to figure out where is it still attached, but look at the maul, let's start beating on that and see if we can get that to break loose. Oh, there you are. There you are. Right there, that's the one. Let's use this guy. Definitely attached. Well, still. Tempted to use the jack stand to push up on this and lift up on the whole back end and see if it'll twist that off. That's definitely still on there. Okay, well, I'll just keep cutting on it and just see if I can eventually get it to break loose. Just turned the camera off. I had like 10 minutes of recording. I'm like, oh, this is way too much. And I chiseled the other side, put the jack under it, and pop, it came up. So let's get the other side. It's still connected over here, but I think now that it's peeled up, I think this side will release. 40-minute endeavor to get this off. Somehow we're supposed to get this tractor done this year. Clean all the surface up. You can see where I plasmed there, but the weld was really over here. It was hard to tell. All right, that's cleaned up. Let's see how leg arms are doing.
Now I'm developing a little bit of a chatter, so I'm trying to isolate wherever that chatter is, and I'm not sure why I've got chatter. I'm racking my brain, so I clamped this down to make sure it doesn't move, and it's helped. I don't know, I haven't figured it out, but if I go too fast on this bronze, it really chatters. If I go slow, it's not so bad. I've tried a different boring bar I have, same thing, so I don't know, but we're cutting it. We're making it happen. Come on. There we go. Okay, it's tight. Man, this stuff is fine. You know what that stuff is right there? It's sparkle fart dust. Nick's got lots of it. Oh, that's pretty stuff. That's really pretty stuff. And it's cool too. It feels really kind of soft to the fingers almost, all that bronze. But Nick's fixing a crack that he noticed. Don't mess with a man that's doing a good job, so. Yeah, all right, the bronze pieces are actually outside and we're letting them freeze so that way they'll go in easier. And then we got to slide the speedy sleeve, big piece of speedy sleeve I'm going to call it, over, and then we got to tack that on, make sure it's tight. But I got a couple bronze pieces underneath snow right there. And it's chilly out there. But yeah, I think it's going to work pretty good. Oh, see this? What do you think that is? I mean, we're getting there. It's a lot of work to make it happen, but we're getting there. So yeah, once he's done with that, then we're gonna take the speedy sleeve right here, slide it over, and tack weld it all, not tack weld, weld it on, and grind off the welds a little bit, and then we'll put the bushings in, put some grease around it, and squeeze the tractor together. And then we're done. No. No. All right, now that he got it really hot, the theory is that's gonna expand, make it bigger, and with this cold, hopefully we'll slide right on. Okay, goes like this.
slide hammer.
There we go.
Let me just put this nut on real quick like that. Okay, then take this.
Oh, I see.
Well, let's pull it in. If you wanted, I could.
You want a bar?
We should,
Well, you got one.
Should we
right
spray
there.
anything on this to help lube it?
Yeah, it's helping.
Try going a little bit.
Yeah, just this keeps sliding off the edge over here.
From the bottom.
Ah, this nut's stuck over here. It's all cockeyed here. I can't.
Now try pulling on it.
Maybe I should go underneath there and try chiseling straight. You ready?
Yep. Here.
Hang on though. We gotta figure out how we're gonna want to pull that end. Just take this thing off. Okay.
Will you be able to slide ham that?
I'll be able to get some on it.
It's not even moving.
Put a big
Was there
one.
not anything longer that was bigger?
No, there was bigger. Your hole wasn't big enough to put it
Oh, we could drill the hole out bigger.
Yeah, we gotta drill a hole bigger.
Okay.
We going?
Got a 1/4 inch left. I think that's it. I don't think you can get any more.
It's pulling it tight. Oh, that's really close. That is up against that lip. See, right here. See, they got a machine riser right there. Those bearings or bushings to press against. It's tight. I think we're ready to try number 2. So he's bringing it in. I'm gonna put this right here so everyone stands in the way and blocks the camera. That's what's gonna happen.
You guys don't get in the way, please.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's cold enough. Okay, this is the mark right here. You spray a little bit of WD-40 on the inside or something. Ooh, this thing is cold. Ouch. Ouch.
The rod, where's the? What happened to all of our big hammers?
I have no idea.
I can't find them.
It's going in.
Here, tell you what, let's do this.
I'll hold it. Don't beat the threads up.
Nope.
That might be enough to get the threads on the other side. Yep. Might be enough threads.
Okay, go ahead.
Good. Tap again. Good. Good.
You're in. Okay, you're in.
Oh.
Yay, Nick. Okay. There we have it. Bronze pieces are back in. Might have to hone that one just a little bit, and then we'll have to probably polish on that tube, the speedy sleeve tube that we're making, just a little bit. It's gonna be a tight fit, and that's what we want. We want a tight fit.
For sure. The wobbles. Doing something.
It'll go in.
Oh boy. All right.
Now, which holes do you want in the front? Doesn't really matter, I guess. Because
think
some of them
so.
are closer together.
We tap that on there. Or we gonna... Tighten it up and switch it on. And before we, let me put this on here and check those threads and make sure they're not going to give us trouble. I know it does bind a little bit as it gets further in there.
WD-40 in it, or there you go.
It gets to up here and then it kind of gets tight. Right?
Yeah, you know what you should do? Snug this nut tight against it.
Yeah, see, here's where it gets tight.
When you get it. So you tighten this up all the way, then we'll weld it. So right now he's welding that sleeve in the center. We'll take a grinder, kind of knock off the welds, and then cool it down and put this thing together like butter or ham on rice. I don't know, it's probably gonna taste really nasty. Usually I like butter on rice, but ham, I don't know, I don't mind it.